Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for the VGT, the Vision Gran Turismo, Season 6, Round 5. We're taking it to the roads of France at St. Croix. We're having a cracking little championship here. We have a sprint race, we have a feature race. It's all good fun. It's 6 laps for the sprint race here at St. Croix. And 12 laps for the feature race, double the amount. And the interesting thing with this this season is they're using cars with no engines. Interesting. It's a concept that I have heard of before, but all I want to know is in 10 years' time, what are they going to do with the batteries? Where are we going to put all these car-sized batteries? That's what I'm concerned about. Saving the world now, but later down the road, we're going to have a stack of batteries we do not know what to do with. Shoot them in space, maybe. So yeah, we're using electric cars. It's the Audi e-tron, and it's interesting. The sprint race, they struggle to get the battery to go all the way. So and there's no fuel stops, so there's a lot of guesswork going on in the sprints, which is nice. It's a bit cat and mouse watching them out there. We're watching Ensign Hewitt at the moment. He's he might have had some good results, I'm not sure. I think has he not won one? I don't know. So I think now we are in qualifying for the very long St. Croix. Mama Homesick's in the chat. Evening thingy, all okay with you? Everything's tickety-boo, thank you for asking. I'm super, thanks for asking. Except, for some reason, they've gone to choose their dinners and left the back door open, and it's like the bloody Baltics in here, but, you know, I'll just burn another £20 on the heater, it's fine. So, there we go, we're out qualifying, and Skyjacker going for mediums. Now, there is rules about tyres. They're all using mediums. I think it's what you don't use in the first race. I haven't opened Discord. I've been like lazy. It's all been a massive rush. I nearly didn't make it to the start. They're what they don't use in the qualifying and sprint race, they can use in the feature race, and what they do use in this qualifying and the sprint, they can't use in the feature. And I believe in the feature, that's Facebook, not Discord, in the feature there's a mandatory tyre hards, I think. I'm pretty sure. Come on, it's the 5th round. Are we not keeping up with things? Let's have a look then. Yeah, they're still on the right lap. It's a long lap, you're alright. There's not much going on there in the info. Rules and regs. So, so there we go. We've got a 10-minute qualifier with a free choice of tyres from racing soft, racing medium, intermediate or wets. Must use sprint start tyre. Changing compound is not permitted. Then we have the sprint race with fastest first, standing start. Free choice of tyre between the racing soft, racing medium, intermediate and wet tyre. Then on to the feature race, we have the previous race results, standing start. Free choice of tyre of the racing soft, racing medium, intermediate and a wet tyre. Dry compound used in a sprint race cannot be used in this race. So and it's a mandatory tyre of hards. So there we go. I got it right, but you've read it as it is written. So Homesick Alien, they're all still on their out lap. They're not missing much. That's not missing much. Oh well, Jokers in a tailspin out there, getting used to. I mean, this is his practice. He literally just about got in the room before qualifying, and now we're seeing him do his practice runs. Ensign Hewitt likes to be the last on track, and Jokers and halves have taken that away from him. There's only a few things that our Ensign Hewitt likes in life. That's a car sideways in the corner and to be the last man on the track during qualifying. Come on. Can't we just grant him that? So Homesick Alien out there, he likes to be in front. He doesn't like any any obstacles in his way. And him and Cthulhu are having an absolute belter, but Cthulhu has not shown. The Spaniard is not here. I don't know if there's any talk of him coming later. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. I can't run today. I'm out, and I won't be there on time. He's partying it up. Hey! So he's probably still celebrating Alonso's amazing podium from the weekend of the race I still haven't watched. Do you know what? I haven't even watched the race since that nutter won the championship. I don't think I've watched any. What's the point? It's finished. They can carry on racing all they like, and they can have some blinding racing if they want. Don't see why I have to sit there for nearly 2 hours. Well, I sleep. I watch about 15 minutes and then sleep an hour and 45 minutes, but still, got better things to do on my Sundays now. And especially with this format where you have to watch 2 qualifying sessions before you watch a race. Oh my God. And then you have to watch a poxy 20-minute race that nothing happens in much. And that fills you with this horrible dread that the race on Sunday is going to be pretty much like that, but longer. So yeah, well done F1. You're playing a blinder right now. And the next one, is it worth watching? It's a bloody, it's a gimmick race next week. So it really makes no difference, does it? Anyway, Homesick Alien is still on his flying lap. Skyjacker following him in the monster e-tron. And Charen out there in car 69, trying to stay a toe over the bridge. Beautiful stuff. The Baz, he's had some good results in this championship, and he'll be looking for another one here with Ensign Hewitt on track. No one's posted a time yet. Jokers still trying to get to terms with his Audi, and the Harv Meister out there also looking mighty fine in the Jack Daniels livery, which I think was brought to us by Koika. That was like an advert. See, I can do it. You corporate whores out there, if you want to spend money getting a message out there, use me. I am a tool. I could be a tool. I could be your tool. Use me. Listen. Wow, what a refreshing drink that is. What is it? Wow, it's blah, 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 blah. That is a mighty fine drink. Makes me want to fly. See, show me the money. It's time this paid. So, Homesick Alien is hunting a pole out there. And without Cthulhu around, Homesick Alien might have a bit of a lonely race, because him and Cthulhu have been head and shoulders above everyone so far this season. So that's Homesick with a 3:10, 3:11 from Skyjacker, 3:11.2 from Charen. My word, nice and tight between second and third. Then Bazza coming along, and he gets himself a 3:13. That could leave him open from this man here, although it looks like he's just recovered from an off. I'm not sure. I don't want to cast aspersions where there is none. But we will see when Ensign Hewitt reaches the line. That is not going to beat Bazza. Never. So Ensign Hewitt gets a 3:15.9. And then we look towards Jokas, but he's only just getting used to the car, and he's only just hitting those times quite further down the start line. Here he comes, crossing the line. But it's a foundation to work upon. And it's a 3:22.5. How does that stack up with the Halfmeister? I tell you what, the halves might be a little better here. He might take a Jokas's place, because so far they've all stayed in the positions they've crossed the line in. It may as well have been a race. No, there we go. We've got a mover. We've got a shaker. Shake it up, shake it up. Scary Rambo moves ahead of Jokas. He's 1.6 seconds away from Ensign Hewitt. So Homesick Alien is our pole sitter right now. And already we are nearly 8 minutes into qualifying. This is going to be their last lap. Jokas pulls into the bits. He has conceded qualifying. And Homescalian is 1.5 seconds up on his best. Skyjacker 5/10 up on the best. And Sharen is 2.5 seconds down on his time. The Bazinator coming over the bridge. Has he got anything special in his back pocket? He crosses the line. It's up on his own time, 7/10, but he is quite a way behind the Sharen. A long track, though. It's easy to make that up. Easy to make that up. Let's string words together and talk proper, shall we? So Ensenua then crossing the sector, and he's down on his own time, but only just. There's still a lot of movement to be had there. And the Rambo halves is looking for 1.6 seconds on Ensenua, but Ensenua is 7/10 up. Or was he 7/10 or 300 up on his own time? And we're checking out for the Harvey for when he gets to that line and see how he is faring in the Audi. It looks like it's going to be a tough race for all of these guys. And he crosses. Oh, he's 6/10 up on his own time. So Homesick Alien, he's coming around now to the end of the lap. He's looking to put this one away, put it into the back of the net. Top right. Kabang. 7/10 faster than he went before. 1.2 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. And Skyjacker unable to beat his time. Did Sharen find anything out there? Car 69. As he comes across the final straight. No, that's a bad time as well, isn't it? It's not good. Isn't it? No, yeah, it's no faster. Sorry. Oh, and Baz looks wild coming through the final corner. How does he stack up? He's no faster either, is he? Oh, it's all down to Ensign now. This is all like, oh, he's got damage on front and back. Halves, can you save us? You're the only man that's who's moved anywhere in qualifying. Can you move up one more spot to get us excited? 8/10. He could well do this if he has a blinding last sector. 8/10. That's half his distance away from Ensign Newitts. Can he find another 8/10 in these final sectors? The Halfmeister now concentrating with everything he's got, trying to kiss those apexes. Oh, yeah, la la. And over towards the flag. Has he gained? Has he lost? It's the halves, the only shaker in quali. He's maintained. He's gone up, though, on his own time. 9/10 off of Ensign Newett. So, Homesick's got another lap, and so has Skyjacker. I apologise. They crossed. All three crossed. The Baz is done in 4th. Or has he run out of juice? No, he's just... Yeah, he's done. So Homesick, Skyjacker and Sharen still get to duke it out over this final lap. Skyjacker 1.1 seconds down on his time. Sharen, there's only 2/10 he has to find on Skyjacker. Is half a second down on his time. Homesick Alien absolutely belting it out of the park. 1.2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. He's down on his time, but does he care? I imagine not. He shouldn't, but he's probably having a little practice to see how much his battery runs down in this lap, see how fast he can go without exerting. No, that's it. They don't get to finish their laps anyway. Wouldn't have mattered. Thank God none of them were on a flyer, eh? Thank God that wasn't exciting. A little sip of the warm brew, I say. Oh, do you want to look at the positions? Guess what? They were all running in that order except for halves. That's how they crossed the line on their outlaps. Smashing stuff from qualifying. Oh, yeah, I'm ready, man. He used to listen to me. Now he doesn't. Maybe it's because I'm in the... oh, gosh. Yeah, race will begin. Maybe because I go to the results. He's probably just double checking I'm not in the results. So 6 laps here. I didn't really look at the fuel. It looked like they were nearly out of fuel by the end of lap 3. So this might be a very slow end to this race. So the lights are on. They're lit. Let's go here at St. Croix, round 5 of the VGT. Homesick Alien leads them away. Skyjacker having a fight out with Shiren, but Skyjacker has the inside line and keeps his position. Shiren closes up. Shiren, has to make some avoiding action for Homesick Alien, who gets knocked off his race line, and Skyjacker grabs the position away from him. Now they're going to be very conscious of their batteries at the moment. Shiren in 3rd, the Baz there in 4th, with Scary Rambo up and into 5th. Ensign Hewitt having a... and I think that might have been Ensign Hewitt ploughing into the crew to say hello. Let's have a look. See if we get a better camera angle on that one. There's Ensign Hewitt getting the tow, and I imagine he probably got caught out by the tow a little bit. And, oof. Nice. I like that one, Ensign. That was a good one. So Skyjacker leads. Homesick Alien in 2nd. Shiren in 3rd. The Baz is in 4th. Halves is up into 5th, and he's battling with the Bazza now. He makes the move on the Baz. And remember, Halves has had a very good race here. He's good at saving his battery, but he's gone out wide, and that's not what he needed. Oh, my word. And the back end doesn't want to sit down. And that is unfortunate for the Halves. But still, I think it's not going to be about what position you are on the track. I think it's about what juice you use in the race. And the moose is loose about this house. So Homesick Alien then staying close to Skyjacker, as is Shiren, and the Baz is not too far behind. Now we have the Jokers ahead of Ensign Hewitt, with Halves making up ground. But again, I think it's about battery management, ladies and gentlemen. That is what is going to be the key in this race. 6 laps, 5 laps, sorry, around a very long track. I thought 6 laps sounded quite a lot, but that's what the brief said. Homesick Alien then getting a tow. Does he want to go past Skyjacker though? He could sit there and save battery quite well behind him. He was 1.2 seconds faster than him in qualifying. No, he's going for the move, and that's possibly Skyjacker saving battery and backing Homesick Alien into Shiren and Bazza and Jokus. And Homesick Alien doesn't want that stress. A bit more battling there. Skyjacker comes through. Small bit of contact between the Alien and Skyjacker there, with Shiren having a beautiful view of it. So shall we? He's got the Baz bothering him, but not too badly. So sat on board, and the Baz again looks like he's going for the left. And Shiren closes that door as he watches the battling Skyjacker and Homesick Alien. Just ahead, we can see in his rear mirror, or his wing mirror, that the Baz is all over him. And Shiren now goes way into the lead. Shiren's decided, I'm going to use some juice, as Skyjacker, Homesick Alien, et al. Are saving juice, and Shiren's gone. He's bolted. He says, do you know what? I'm going to save juice half a mile down the road from you guys. Burn early, save late. Let's hope it works for Shiren. It's an interesting tactic, as the rest of these are all using each other as a tow to try and get... Oh, someone's really had to slow down on the apex there. I think it was the Baz. I think he started moving up the inside of someone and didn't want to get involved. And these Homesick and Skyjacker at the moment managing the battery. The Baz, I'm not sure, he's looking a little impatient. I think he might want to get by him. He might not want to save like this. He's saying, I want to crack on, you know. Then we have Ensign Hewitt. There goes the Baz. He does. He's not wanting to hang around. He likes Shiren's style. Blast it early, save it later. So Homesick and Skyjacker being very cagey. with battery power. Homesick's just started pushing a little further. He's pulled a bit of space out to the Baz with Skyjacker right in Baz's wake. Ensign Ewart closing up to the boys ahead. Jokus is only a second behind them as well. And the halves having to make up ground, but he doesn't want to burn through that battery. And the last time we saw halves in such a position, a lot of people ran out of batteries ahead of him. So Shiren then, he did squirt the juice a little bit, but he hasn't bolted. He hasn't totally bolted. He's just wanted to be ahead of the rest of the crew. And Homesick Alien, I think, has squeezed his accelerator a little more than he has done in the past. And the Baz is going with him with a Skyjacker in there for company. Beautiful stuff. Sat on board with Skyjacker. Sat in fourth. We've got Ensign Ewart a little further behind us, 1 second. I think the tow used to be in sport about 8/10. So I'm imagining, oh, there's the beauty of the tow there for Skyjacker. Just slices by the Baz, comes up to the Alien, and now Skyjacker's decided to start using a bit of battery. We're on lap 2, and they want to be about halfway through this lap before they can be comfortable with the battery, but the battery's looking okay. But I have noticed that the second half runs down quicker than the first half, so... Oh man, that hot brew is just doing the do, like Betty Boo. So Shiren then leads 3/10 from Skyjacker. The Baz are in third. Homesick Alien slipping down to fourth. Ensign Ewart in sixth, 2 seconds behind these guys. And again, there's nothing in car to monitor the battery use. They've got what we've got, what we can see. That's that little down in the bottom dashboard where the little car is with the tyres. Next to that, that's the battery power they've got. It's about halfway, just over halfway for Skyjacker. Homesick Alien about the same. Shiren's dropped back now. Shiren, oh, he had a damage. He's hit something. So Shiren, but he's about similar battery. They're all about similar battery at the moment. Ensign's moved up ahead of the Baz. Baz is conserving now. Jokus has lost a bit of ground. I did see he had a bit of a bent fender. And now the Harv is catching up at Jokus. Harv, he's used more battery than everyone. Maybe he's deciding to go for it and hope for the best. Homesick Alien then. And what a cagey game of cat and mouse we are playing at the moment. So we're on lap 3. So it's lap 3, 4 and 5 to go. 3 laps pretty much. They're quite early in this lap. For a 3-minute lap, they're only a third in. So, yeah, the battery's going to be good, isn't it? Surely. When we get to 1.5 minutes, they want to be on half the tank. But they can only go as fast as what they've got in the first half. It's not like they can suddenly bolt. They've just got to keep driving cagey. So I think they're going to do that. Possibly up to the last lap. And then we're going to see some bolting, I think. And hoping that they've got more battery than the guys around them. Joker's struggling with the tyres at the moment. He was the only one that went on the softs, I believe. So he won't be eligible for softs in the feature race. But it looks like those softs aren't too hot anyway. They're wearing quite quickly. And the halves is closing in on Jokus. Interesting. Homesick Alien leads by 1.6 seconds. And he's got Shiren, the Russian sensation, chasing him down with Ensign Ewart in a lovely third place, just ahead of the Baz. They honestly don't know. It's cagey stuff for all of them on how to conserve that battery. I mean, it is the 5th round. They probably have they know their car by now. But still... there's nothing in there that's saying you have 3 laps of fuel, 3 laps of juice left. Here we've got a little battle, so I cut away from it. Bazza, Skyjacker retaking third place away from Ensign. No, Ensign backing off and letting Skyjacker and Bazza through. And he's decided they can tow him, or he's decided to fight the Baz. But no, he's tucked in behind the Bazza now. Oh, he's gone a little wide. He's felt up the barrier. And Bazza pulls away in Skyjacker's tow to try and leave Ensenua in the dust. He's 6.7 seconds ahead of Jokus, but that's dropping rather quickly as Jokus heads his way, and the halves is 5 seconds behind Jokus, but the halves has used the most battery, I'd say, out of everyone. Homesick 1.1 seconds ahead of Shiren going into lap 4, 2 laps remaining. And now I think we might see some guys really starting to lean on the throttle a bit there. And this is it. I think this is the race, people. They're starting to look like they're going quite swiftly, and Bazza goes up. Oh, and Bazza has a missed time move up the inside of Skyjacker. And Ensenua says, thank you very much. And I don't like to apply blame there, but I think Bazza got that all wrong and took Skyjacker with him. But hey, I'm not judge and jury in this game. So Homesick Alien 1.2 second lead on Shiren with a 5 second gap to Ensenua, who has inherited a podium position possibly be. And but Skyjacker, his batteries are saying, you know, Skyjacker a bit more. Jokus has had a moment with the barrier, and that is helping the Halfmeister catch him up. Harvey's got a little more juice than Jokus has got. What's happening up ahead? Homesick Alien still only 9/10 ahead of Shiren. These two have definitely bolted. They've pulled another second out on Ensenua, who's 2 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, whom is 7/10 ahead of the Baz. Joker's 4.2 seconds behind those guys, with Harvey in the picture. But at the moment, the battle is between the Russian sensation and Homesick Alien. As they cross the bridge, the bridge and that looming little bit of wall that juts out, so scary. And Ensign now only 8/10 ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker starting to apply some pressure as the Baz trying to stay with them. Jokus going faster than he's gone before, maintaining that 4 second gap to the Harvey. Now Homesick is under pressure. Shiren is starting to crawl all over the back of the Alien. And we are 2/3 into the penultimate lap. And the battery looks pretty safe for these guys. The tyre wear very similar between Shiren and Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien wanting to get the wins in while Cthulhu is not here, to get the maximum points, just to safeguard if Cthulhu comes back and has a very good one. I think his next round is maybe the last round. So Shiren then trying to find a chink in Homesick Alien's armour. His speed has been phenomenal all the time. Skyjacker ahead of the Baz, and Ensenua just tucked in behind them. Joker's 6 seconds down the road and has been caught by the halves. And Joker's tyres are just not funny anymore. And the half with quite fresh mediums there. This is a battle brewing, but we've got a battle up at the front as well. Homesick Alien now starts his final lap, and it's all out throttle. And burn the juice, baby, burn the juice. It's juice burning time out there as Shiren hunts himself an Alien, as Skyjacker pulls out 8/10 on the Baz. And these cars are ultra fast, so scary, especially when there's barriers. And there's Baz's favourite corner as he has a wiggle through it. And Ensenua can't live with Skyjacker's pace and the Baz's pace. Great stuff. Jokus looks like he nearly felt a barrier up there, and the half only a second behind him. Meanwhile, up at the front, we've got Homesick Alien, nearly a second ahead of Shiren, and there's nothing between them. I think the fuel is fine. The tyres are probably a little more worn on Homesick Alien, so Shiren might have a bit of a grip advantage come the end of the lap. Skyjacker has definitely shaken off the Baz, and the Baz dropping back to 3 seconds now. He might be worried about his juice. And Ensenua could catch up the Baz if Baz has to back off too much. Meanwhile, Joker's still ahead of the halves, but Joker's fuel is flashing. And Ensign Ewart has really slowed down because he's only 3 seconds ahead of Jokus now. And Jokus' fuel's flashing. Halves' fuel's flashing. Ensign Ewart's is not. Homesick Alien crossing the bridge. His fuel is yet to start flashing. And nor has Sharen's. And it's still a close battle between the two of them. Homesick has got a little more juice than Sharen at the moment. Skyjacker's juice has started flashing. His battery has started flashing, as has the Baz, 4.3 seconds behind him. Ensign Ewart, 4 seconds ahead of Jokus, whom is a second ahead of the halves. It's all very nip and tuck, very tight out there. Judging how much juice they can use and get away with. Homesick Alien nearly 2 seconds faster than his fastest lap. And Sharen, though, staying with him all the way. And their batteries have started flashing now. Skyjacker, nearly 10 seconds adrift. He's getting purples as well as he burns through the last of the juice. And Bazza having to need to back off for his battery. And Ensign Ewart as well, backing off. Jokus under threat here. Jokus has got barely any battery left. And Halves is right there, but Halves' battery is not looking too proud. And I think, yeah, Jokus' battery power is just about to run out, and there goes the Halves. Goes through and up and into 6th place. Patience is a virtue. He's got Ensign Ewart just ahead of him, but I think Ensign's got more than enough juice to get to the end. So Homesick Alien, 2.7 seconds. Sharen's had to back off. Sharen has had to back off for juice purposes. And that is a slam dunk for the Alien, but Sharen ran him all the way to the end there, except for the last few corners. And Homesick, another fine win to add to his roster. Sharen gets 2nd place with Skyjacker barely on any battery, but he can cruise to the line. I don't think the Baz is anywhere near 11 seconds behind as Skyjacker cruises to his podium. Oh, hang on, I can see Baz in the background. Let's not get too hasty. Take a boo, my son, well done. And the Baz was so close, 4th place in the end, as Ensign Ewart as well has bolted and managed to pull quite away from the Halves. The Halves has picked up a bit of damage there, but he did get ahead of Jokus as Jokus' battery ran out, and the Halves does get that battery virtually to the end. 6 laps would have been ridiculous here.
Evening thingy, all okay with you?
For show. So 6th place for the Halves as Jokus makes his way around.
VRC Eco Cup, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
And Skyjacker saying the VRC Eco Cup with laughing faces, and Skyjacker saying, good evening, by the way, sir. I know the first thing you've said to me tonight is ready, question mark. I feel scorned. I feel like I've hurt your feelings somehow. So that was the race 1. Totally different beast is race 2 because they're allowed to pit. So we'll see none of this cat and mouse. I like it. It's like that Olympics bike thing where they go round and round in circles and they go slow for ages until someone bolts and then they all bolt. It's kind of like that. It's fun. There goes the warm brew, and it was fantastic. And Joker's crossing the line as well. Just as fantastic. And there we see the Alien. I do like his number. That is cool. With another win and pole position. And did he get fastest lap? It usually says fastest lap, so I don't think Alien got the fastest lap in that one. Someone might have stolen it from him. No, he got the fastest lap. It obviously just doesn't tell you on that last page anymore. So Homesick Alien gets the fastest lap, the pole position, and the win. So it's all going Homesick Alien's way at the moment. Sharen put up a jolly good fight all the way to the last few corners. Then Sharen had to back out of it because he had to save that battery because he wasn't sure. Who said that? Skyjacker's battery was still there. So Skyjacker getting his finish. And ahead of Baz, who was near at the end there, very close. And Ensign Ewart come home in 5th. Halves got 6th, and Joker's just not enough juice to get to the end. and missed out to the halves, who had a nightmare first lap. Okay, I'm sure they'll be opening a new lobby. Is it, or is it the same lobby? 2045. That's my call, and let's have a look.
Good evening.
It's it's a tough one, because I always pick on Ensign Newitt, don't I? I know Homesick will be doing the same dance as me, possibly. Big Dan, Skyjacker, possibly. Do you know what? I'll stay on the halves because you can see his whole car. See you soon.
Evening thingy all okay with you? VRC Eco Cup, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. Good evening BTW sir. Good evening.
I'm kind of back. I'm in the middle of making a coffee, so I'm Yozers, let's get down with it. Yeah, I know, Mom. Give me a second. God almighty. Mom's got to make coffee. Look at him doing yellow. Oh, singing yellow. Look at the sky. Look at the God, some university student just got off on that. Here we go then. We're at the start of the race for the feature race, and we are ramped up for this one. The light man, God, he takes a while. I think they wait for me because I'm slow. So we could have had a quick look at who's on hards. Why am I not getting all the information? Because I've put the wrong one on. Here we go. Here we go, and they're off. They go off quick, don't they? By Jove, they go quick. So Sharen's taken the lead there from home. Sick. Oh no, why is it exiting? That wasn't my fault. Did I do something? Was it the terrible singing we had to stop? That was my fault, guys. Sorry, I didn't have the right settings. Harves was in the chat whilst we were doing our squats, and he said, good evening. Why, hello, Harvey. How are you? Right, I don't know if it's all back to... Let's have a look at Baz's car. Let's get rid of that god-awful name above their heads, because no one likes to be labelled. And we'll just look at the Boost Mobile electric car by Baza of Bazness. I nearly called him Bob after my cat, because I call him Sir Bob of Bobbiness, but he's Sir Baza of Bazness of Crazy Town. So here we go then, getting ourselves ramped up again. We've got all the right displays on this time. Homesick Alien on pole, Sharen in second, Skyjacker in third. And so Homesick starting on the softs, hard tyres for Sharen, Skyjacker on the softs, Bazza's on the softs, hard tyres for Ensign, softs for Rambo, mediums for Jokers because he used the softs in the first race. The lights are on and we are off again. Great start there for Homesick Alien. Skyjackers was a little delayed there, and he might be overtaken, as he has been, by the Baznator and the halves. My word. Where did a little contact there between the halves, and he's gone in fast, and so has Jokers. They've all misjudged the corner. Homesick, Sharen, Survivors, Skyjacker and Ensign Newer. I'm a survivor, survivor. I don't know that song that well, so Jokers then in that first lap malaise, as was Bazza, as was the Rams. And you've got to remember, guys, the tyres are cold on lap one. You can't go from a very fast speed to a very slow speed and expect those tyres to do what they're supposed to do. They're just not ready. And Homesick at the moment then 1.3 seconds ahead of Sharen, 12 laps around St. Croix. And the 3-4 leaders quite close together. Then we got Jokers playing catch up with the halves and the Baz. Are they playing nice guy? They can't decide whose fault that first corner was, so they can just keep letting each other by. After you. No, after you. No, after you. I think they're in chat together. I don't know if halves is in the chat. But they might be in the chat together, so they may know. What's happened to Star-Lord? Silver Star lately? I haven't seen him for ages. He's been on holiday. So we'll find out on Sunday. Homesick Alien then leads by 2.8 seconds. Sharen trying to... Oh, he's on them hard tyres, so that must be tough. Skyjacker's on the softs. He'll be wanting to get past Sharen. Sharen, is he... Well... Them soft tyres are going to burn out before the juice does. So, obviously, Skyjacker and Home Scalian will want to get on with a rather quick stint this first one. But maybe Skyjacker trying to save the tyres. It's a tough job to do around here with so many corners. Ensign Newer is being caught by Jokus at the moment. Jokus closing in with nothing between halves and the Baz. These two in a separate race down here on the soft tyres. But Jokus on those mediums, he might catch him up. Ensign Newer on the hards as well. So one would hope that the Harvey and Scary Rambo will catch up. Harvey and Scary Rambo and Baz, all three of them will catch up with Jokus and Ensign. Locked in a battle at the moment between themselves. Ensign's pushed the e-tron a little too far, and Jokus there bringing his Audi right into the firing range and getting ready. He's locked and loaded, ladies and gents, and he's just ready to shoot his gun. He just can't. He's on the medium tyres, but remember, Ensign's on the hard, so it's going to be just as tough for him with the grip. And Jokus now all over the back of Ensign Newer. This has got to be it. Going into the first corner, though, hopefully they'll remember their brakes. Oh, that's not too bad. It's the next one. Oh, and Jokus has a tap with the barrier, but he survives it as he makes his way past Ensign Newer. And they both get through. I mean, it's not the first corner, but it's the first real test of a corner. Then the Baz, the halves, must have made a mistake. He's dropped right back. And the Baz now 3 seconds behind Ensign Newer. Ensign on the hard tyres. So the Baz could be closing in and taking that spot, and Jokus will be wanting to get away. Meanwhile, Home Scalian 3 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's got past Sharon, but remember, Sharon is on the hard tyre, so he's not going to have the equipment that the guys ahead of him have got. That's what she said. And but these guys are going to be pitting a lot sooner than Sharon. Oh, hey, Sharon, my latte is Russian because I had to make it quick. I messed that up. Hey, Sharon, I've got a Russian latte because I had to make it quick. It's hot still. I enjoyed the froth. So, Homesick Alien then leads this race by 3.5 seconds. Skyjacker chasing him down on the soft tyres. Then we have Sharon on the hard tyres being caught by a Jokus on the medium tyres. Then we have Ensign Newer in 5th. He's on the hard tyres trying to stay with Jokus, but he's got the Baz who's on a set of softs and had a nightmare of first corner, or second corner if you wish. Is now catching up with Ensign Newer on board with the Bazinator as we watch him climb to the rear derriere of the Baz, of Ensign Newer, sorry. He is the Baz. Again, full warp. Captain Worf to catch up with Ensign Newer. These cars are really swift and they brake rather well as well. It's got to say, they're pretty good all-rounders, but I'm not on board. I'm not on board with the way they're powered. Combustion engine should be here to stay forever. I'm not going into one. It's not a sounding board of my dislike for electric. Oh, and the Baz sent it. And doesn't Ensign Newer knew it because he tried to close that door, but it was way too late. Baz had two feet in there and a hand, and there was no closing that door as the Baz just labelled it mine. And Ensign Newer then sits there wondering, where did that come from? And Jokus is the next on Baz's list. Jokus on the medium tyres, Baz is on the soft. His tyres are in ultimate condition right now, and he is working it, baby. And Sharen's not that far up the road from the Baz. He might just be able to catch him before his tyres die. Oh, and Jokus has had a knock with the barrier, and that makes Baz's life so much easier. back on board with the Belgian Bullet as he tries to shoot his gun right up the inside of Jokas, the Polish pilot, helpless to what is coming as the Baz sends it. Ooh, a little kiss up the bum for the Baz, I think, from Jokas there. He seemed to have a bit of a lurch, or maybe he just put the accelerator down too soon. But the Baz makes short work of that, and he is owning it at the moment. Owning it, I say. Homesick Alien, 2.4 seconds. Skyjacker has got the fastest lap on the second lap. And he is closing the gap to the Alien. He's not letting the Alien have it all his own way. Tyre wear, it's a little bit better on Homesick Alien's car. The battery, it's negligible, but it's a little better on the Homesick Alien's car, as you would expect. He's the Alien. Shiren then, on them hard tyres, half a tank. He's definitely going to be able to just use all his juice up before he pits, but he's got a very, very swift Bazza on his way, but them tyres are half done now on the soft running guys, or nearly half done. Ensign Newitt is now ahead of Jokas. Jokas had a nightmare. And we saw the Baz getting by, but Ensign's got by him as well. And the halves has closed up quite a bit now to Jokas. Interesting stuff. Homesick Alien, 3 seconds. He's maintaining that distance from Skyjacker. And Skyjacker having to work for it more. His tyres, not as good condition as the Fanatec driver up ahead. I just need to add that. Sometimes that helps with tyre wear, possibly. That hardware. Skyjacker probably on a hand. He's probably on a controller. He's lazy. He can't bother to plug his wheel in. Shiren on them hard tyres is definitely being caught by the Baz. But the Baz's tyres pretty much starting to lose adhesion to the road. And Ensign Newitt then on hards. Ahead of Jokas, but Jokas is closing in, but Jokas is just on fire today. He is a wild stallion, and he cannot tame this mule as Scary Rambo closes in on them soft tyres with a lot more grip than the Jokas seems to have right now. And Jokas really fighting with the Audi in this race as Ensign Newitt then opens up that gap a bit more on the hard tyres. Ensign decided that corner he was too good for that corner and opted to go for the more muddy route. It's picked up damage as well. I don't know if it's from going through that corner like that. Damages its car. But Ensign carrying a broken... He has a broken front. It keeps... Boom! So as it fixed itself, he tried to break something else, but he hasn't managed it. So he'll be looking for another barrier soon to have a knock against. And that has helped Scary Rambo, who's now up ahead of the Jokas, close in on Ensign Newitt. Ensign Newitt fighting with the hard tyres and his Audi to try and keep it on the straight and narrow. And Scary Rambo is absolutely chugging away in 6th place with those soft tyres. How's the Baz doing with Shiren? He's there. And Shiren now in trouble, but Baz's tyres are spent. Homesick Alien, 5.6 seconds because Skyjacker's tyres are spent. And there's going to be a round of pit stops soon. Maybe not so much for the Alien, but I think we're going to see Skyjacker and the Baz make a stop. And that's lap 4-5. They've nearly used all the juice up. Homesick, he's still got a quarter tank, I think, a quarter battery. So I think he may continue. His tyres seem to be in there for another lap. Skyjacker, he has to pit. I don't even think he probably should have done this lap, but he's gone for it. So Shiren now 6 seconds behind Skyjacker. Shiren's probably faster than Skyjacker at this point, but the Baz is there as well. Let's not miscount the Bazinator. Ensign Newitt is being caught by Jokas, who's now back ahead of the halves. We watched them battling. They wait until I cut away to do the good stuff. I'm telling you, they do it on purpose. Shiren then, is he going to have to defend or is he closing in? The time hasn't dropped much, 6.2 seconds between himself and Skyjacker, and I don't think he is closing in on the Skyjacker too much, just holding ground on those hard tyres. But the Baz is closing in. And what little juice he's got left, well, little fat he's got left on those tyres, he is burning it up now, chasing down the Russian sensation. Homesick Alien then, he's coming around close to the final part of the lap. And we surmise he's going to just continue on, whereas Skyjacker, his battery's flashing and he's got no front end grip whatsoever on that car. It doesn't want to turn into the corners. It's got no grip. It's saying, please, mercy. Mercy! And not because, he's not saying thank you because we're in France. He's saying mercy as in, let me go. Homesick does go in. Homesick does go in. That's surprising. And so does Skyjacker to get rid of those softs. Sharen's had a bit of damage there, but he's still pulled away from the Baz, who's really struggling with grip, and he also comes in. Interesting stuff. And Sharen's come in as well. How weird. So Jokers now has caught up with Ensign Ewer, but he goes wide in the corner. It's beautiful. Are they going to both come in the pits together? And Ensign comes in, as does Joker. So everyone opting for a pit stop. Homesick's gone for the hard tyre. He's gone for a full tank. How long he'll stay out there on them is anyone's question. I mean, the lap 4, so he really wants no more than 4 laps on these hard tyres, really, does he? And then he wants to get back on the softs, possibly, and with the battery as well. So I think that's the way it's going to go here. I think lap 8. Now Skyjacker's gone for another set of softs. That means he's saving his hard tyres for the last stint. Sharen is onto a set of soft tyres. He'll be chasing down the Skyjacker. Bazza has opted for the hards, and he'll be trying to stay out of Ensign's way, who's now on softs as Jokers has gone on to hards. And Jokers can't stay with Ensign Ewer, and Halfmeister also on the hard tyres and giving it a bit of drift. Bit of Saint Croix drift. It's a little bit more refined in France. So Homesick Alien doing what he does best at the French road circuit. I think it's Park Road. It's got to be that. No one builds a bridge like that for a bloody racetrack. Not even the French. And they built the Americans a big statue. But it's got to be a road track. Can't believe. I know it's not real. I know it's not a real track. It's a pretend track, but still. Look, it's got road markings, so some of it's a road track. All right. Even Gran Turismo couldn't make us try and believe that a bloody bridge was built just for a racetrack. So Homesick Alien 8.1 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker on the soft tyre, so he's going to close that gap up quite swiftly. And Sharen chasing down. He's used the hard tyre. He's got it out of the way now. So we're imagining he's going to have 2 stints on the softs. The Baz is going to try those hards out now, and he's hoping he's done enough work in his first stint to stay ahead of Ensign Ewer, who is now on the softs. He's armed and he's dangerous, ladies. Lock up your daughters. And Joker's out there. He's giving the hards a try, as the halves also on the hards, and looks like he's closing in on Joker. So let's rub our hands together like a villainous Disney character in anticipation for the battle that can commence between Harvey and Jokers. Meanwhile, Homesick Alien 7.2 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. He's dropped to about 0.8 of a second so far, and Skyjacker really pushing on. And we know that goddamn alien, he can drive on anything. Put some bloody bin lids on his car and he'll still be fast. So Homesick, Skyjacker's got to really dig deep if he wants to catch the alien out in these Audi cars. He's pretty nifty. Him and Cthulhu seem to have sussed these vehicles out. 5.4 seconds for Skyjacker. He really is doing the do, but don't forget, he's going to have to pay later when he puts the hard tyre on, which Homesick's running right now. Sharen's already run, and so has Unbazza's running them right now. So Skyjacker, what he gains now, he's going to have to want to keep for later in the race, because the roles will be reversed and it'll be Homesick wearing the strap on and Skyjacker having to take it. Shiren then in third, and we haven't even encountered Shiren in the mix, have we? Where does he fit in to all of this? And the Baz, although Baz 8 seconds behind, I'm thinking his fight's more with the Hewitt of Ensigns rather than with Shiren, who seems to be now looking up ahead for a fight. He doesn't have to run the hard tyres. He could still jump Skyjacker while Skyjacker's on the hard tyres. But Skyjacker, he's at 4.5 seconds now from the Alien. And, oh my God, she's watching Bake Off in the background, and all I can hear is Paul saying something about getting it all in your mouth. That just didn't sit well with me. So Homesick Alien, 4.5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker really pushing on, but he's got to run the hard tyre at some point in the race. He's going to hope that the track's cooled down a little bit. Doesn't seem to be. Seems like it's still glorious sun out there at St. Croix, because he wants those tyres to last. He doesn't want to be on the hards for very long. Whereas Homesick, he's going to have to judge it, because he's not going to know how long the softs last at the end there. So he doesn't really want to come in any time before lap 8, I would guess. Shiren, he knows how to tear a set of tyres apart, and he's getting to work with his straight away. The Baz on the hards, he's lost a couple of seconds to Ensign, but it's not great big leaps and bounds. He did a 3:16.8. I think that was an outlap though. And Ensign's outlap was a 3:17.9. Jokus then, he's a threat. He's still on the hards, and Ensign's not running away from him. Maybe Ensign trying to look after those softs, take them deeper into this race. I think it's a foregone conclusion. There's another pit stop on the cards. The halves has dropped a little bit of ground to Jokus. They're both running the hard compound right now, but Jokus looks like he's getting on with the hards a lot better than he did with the mediums earlier in the race. He seems to be comfortable with these hards. He's catching up with Ensign Hewitt, who's on the softs. And the Baz, he's dropped 2 seconds to Ensign, but he seems to have it in control at the moment. Shiren, he's not gaining on Skyjacker, but he's not losing either. So they're both lapping at similar times. And Homesick only 3.6 seconds ahead of Skyjacker now. That lead slowly drifting away. But he's doing better on power save. And Shiren, Shiren's got the fastest lap so far in this race. That's interesting, isn't it? Note that one for later. Shiren's used all the hard tyres up. If he can catch up with Homesick Alien when they pit next, it'll be a straight fight between the two of them, and they're both carrying a similar pace to each other. And I'm not discounting Skyjacker, but the hard tyre is going to be tough to race with. That's all I'm saying. Bazza then 12 seconds. Ensign's starting to find his stride now, and he's got himself a 3:12 against Bazza's 3:17. A few more laps like that and Baz could be in trouble. Both of these, Baz on the hards right now. Ensign has used the hards, so it could be a similar situation for Shiren and Skyjacker, that they're both running their last stint on the soft tyre, and they'll be racing each other if Ensign can close the gap to the Baz, which he seems to be doing very nicely at the moment. Jokus is extended away from the halves, and he's not enjoying the hard tyres. Joker's getting a 3:14 last time out with the hard tyre. And the halves only getting a 3:19, so the hard tyre being problematic for Harvey at the moment. Homesick Alien 1.4 seconds. Skyjacker really is pulling him in, and Shiren must be getting frustrated. He's doing fast laps but not closing any gap to Skyjacker, and he must be thinking, blooming hell, what do I have to do? Or however you would say it from Russia. Blooming hell, what do I have to do? There's no V's in there or something, so I can't really do good qualities or accent. So, Skyjacker then. See the tyres though. The tyres are going to be a big factor here. He still wants another lap or two out of them. And they're starting to get a little bit jammy. A little bit like jam. Getting a bit tacky out there. The car's just not biting into the turning like it was. There you go. It's drifting out. And then it's just not maintaining like they used to. Although I imagine his softs right now are still faster than Homesick Alien's hards. They've barely touched the surface. But it's 1.6 seconds now. Decisions have to be made soon. Skyjacker can't. He's got to get to lap 8 at least with these tyres. Because of another set of softs. Well, he's got to run the hards, but does he want to be on the hards for 5 laps? There you go. He's going around. Will he make that one his final lap? That's where we're guessing they're going to be coming in at the end of lap 8. To put a set of softs on, although Homesick Alien maintaining pace now, pulling away from the from Skyjacker. He might fancy staying out until the battery's gone, because who's fighting him? Shiren's closing in, but his tyre wear is pretty bad as well. The Bazza is only 5 seconds ahead of Ensign. Ensign getting a Mission Impossible done, but again, tyres are getting to the later end of their life, so Bazza may just stay out an extra lap, but he's got to watch out. If Ensign goes in a lap early with a set of softs, fresh softs, he might jump him before Bazza's pit stop. So there'll be a lot of edging going on out there of when the pit stop's going to happen. It should... Oh no, Skyjacker has asked the tyres to do the impossible, and Shiren finds that second spot. Oh well, Skyjacker didn't have much else choice really. His tyres have still got a bit of life, but he was pushing on. He was trying to get the Alien, and who can blame him? Who can blame him at all? And he's still in the fight for the podium. He's only 1.7 seconds behind Shiren. It was just the hard tyres are going to be a pain for him in the next stint. Spazza's 33 seconds behind on the softs. That's a big leap, but we've seen Ensign Hewitt nearly pull 17 seconds back on the Bazinator. So Skyjacker could be in trouble. His podium could be in trouble here at the end. So Homesick Alien over the bridge. Still got some lap to go. We're only halfway through the lap. And Shiren's lost time on the Alien. Shiren knows his tyres just not in there. Maybe he's backed off a bit just to try and get a decent run all the way to the end of the lap. 5 seconds from Ensign Hewitt to Bazza, but Ensign Hewitt has he used his tyres up? Trying. Jokus at the moment. Oh, instantly just slide up the wall. Yeah, he's picked up a bit of damage as well. Jokus has lost a lot of time to the halves. Oh, he's had an off, hasn't he? A 328. So the halves then finds himself back in the fight. Keeps drifting away from the Jokas, but he's stayed consistent. And he knows his car is travelling well. I think he's going to try and drive that one all the way to the end, but I don't think they will on a quarter of a tank. So Homesick Alien coming near the end. His tyres are still good now. He's going to have to stop. The tank can't do it. The battery power. He needs the juice Bruce. So Shiren also needing the Bruce juice, but his soft tyres are dead anyway. And Skyjacker also needing juice. Now Bazza could probably go another lap, as could Homesick. No, Homesick needed the juice, wasn't it? But Bazza may not. Who knows? Ensign Hewitt 3.6 seconds behind, but he needs juice and rubber. So Homesick and Alien and Shiren should be both putting the soft tyre on. Now Skyjacker's joining them in the pits. He has to run the hard tyre. Bazza, will he be getting rid of these hards now? But that's the problem, though. If he does stay out, and Ensign Hewitt pits, which he's got to do, Ensign could jump him in the pit stop. So Bazza, I don't think, as much as he probably would like to stay out, it'll be a shorter pit stop for the Baz, because he doesn't have to put as much juice in. But yeah, I think there was only really one choice there, as Ensign will be coming in. putting some softs on, he would have jumped him in the pits. Jokus can't get to the pit lane quick enough because his juice is nearly out. And we'll jump to that fight at the front. We're just seeing how Jokus fares. He's going to get to the pits, and he's got enough juice to get to the pits. And I think both of these are going to pit. They do. They want to get rid of the hard tyres. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah. That's going to be an interesting battle when they come out of the pit lane. Homesick Alien, 9 seconds on Shiren. They've both got the soft tyres on, but Shiren really needs Homesick to make some sort of mistake, which it's not going to happen. Skyjacker, some 5.4 seconds, but he's on the hard tyres, 25 seconds ahead of the Baz. That was 33 seconds, remember, so 25 seconds, but Ensign Newitt struggled to reach Bazza when it was 17 seconds. So Bazza just avoiding the barrier there. Bazza's got a lot of pushing to do, and but the hard tyre is pretty poor. Ensign Newitt 8.5 seconds behind the Baz. They're both on the same tyre, and it's going to be a struggle for Ensign to catch up the Baz. The Halfmeister has come out of the pits ahead of Jokus. Yes, of course, Jokus has to run the medium tyre. He ran the softs in the sprint. So Jokus there, finds the barrier uncomfortable, and the Half just has to keep his nose clean and maybe pick up from any mistakes that happen. Ensign Newitt 20 seconds up the road from him, and we've seen people lose more than that in a spin before. So Homesick Alien then is on lap 9. He's just put a brand new set of racing softs on. He hasn't even filled the juice bar right up, so doesn't even need full battery to get home. Shiren, we saw him just there in the distance along the long straight, but I mean, he's fast, but I don't think he's fast enough for get 9.5 seconds back on the Alien. Skyjacker 8.2 seconds, but he's on the hards, ever dropping away. 3 seconds gained by the Baz on that lap, but with only 3 laps left, I think the Baz, he might catch him, but he won't have the tyres to fight him when he gets there. Ensign Newitt at the moment, he's pretty much all on his own. He's just hoping for something ahead to go wrong, because the halves, he's on soft tyres, but I don't think he's got the pace to catch up with Ensign. And Jokus on those mediums, he's flogging a dead horse, I'm afraid. And Homesick Alien crosses the line, start lap 10, and that's 3 more laps to go here. Homesick Alien 10 seconds ahead of Shiren. Shiren's got the fastest laps so far in the feature race. He's ahead of Homesick Skyjacker, who is doing okay with the hard tyres though, isn't he? He's dragging it around. And the Baz softs. He's pulled 5 seconds on Skyjacker now, but with only 3 laps to go, I can't see. Well, maybe. You never know. Ensign is still around about 21 seconds ahead of the half, who didn't like that corner. So it's all nicely spaced out. Jokus is 2.5 seconds behind Harvey, but he's on the medium tyre. That might come into play a little later in the race, as Harvey's tyres burn out. And Jokus has pulled a bit of time in on the half. This might be the spot to keep an eye on. And Harvey's just got to keep his head down, get those apexes, get his braking zones right, and slowly build up that lead. He's already pulled a second out on Jokus now in the last few corners. Joker's on the medium tyres is just not going to have the grip. As he goes wide again there, he's chasing, but he just doesn't have the grip. Homescalian, meanwhile, 11.7 seconds ahead of Shuren. And Skyjacker 12 seconds behind Shuren. 18 seconds now between himself and Baz. It was 25 seconds. And the Baz setting about the job of catching himself a monster e-tron. Skyjacker's EV at the moment screaming around the corners. And, he'll be just trying to stay out of trouble, stay ahead of the Baz, keep hold of that podium. He's doing a mighty fine job at the moment, 17.7 seconds. But he's coming round to the end of lap 10, so there's only 2 more laps to go after this one for him to survive. I think it's been about a lap and a half, well, 2 laps, and Baz has only managed to pull in. Oh, he's gone in. Interesting move then. He's going back to the soft tyre. Wow. Wow. And Baz is coming along. He's on a new set of soft tyres. That puts Skyjacker on a whacking fresh set of soft tyres right near the end of the race. He's not going to lose to Ensign Ewart, I don't believe. No, he's not even going to lose to the Baz. He's out before the Baz is there. Whoa, nice strategy. Colour me impressed, but his tyres are cold. Baz has got the momentum. He still may lose the position yet as the Bazza looks up the inside, but Skyjacker, every corner his tyres will be building temperatures, and he's going to have a lot more grip than the Baz, but the Baz is definitely having a look, but he's going to be on the outside there, and there's no move there as Skyjacker stays close into the apex, compromises his corner speed, but keeps the Bazza at bay. Great stuff, interesting. Homesick Alien then, will he be aware? He'll know, he will know. But he can't pit to see Skyjacker off because he's got Shuren too close behind. He'd need Shuren to pit. That cannot be coordinated correctly. So Skyjacker pretty much has them both bent over a barrel, but 40 odd seconds. He'd need them tyres on those superstars ahead to really die, and I don't think they are. Look, no. It's a pipe dream. As good as Skyjacker's tyres are, I don't think he's got a chance of catching second and third. I think he knew that as first and second. I think he knew that. I think he thought he's just going to keep losing time to the Baz. He may as well risk it and go and race the Baz. And ending up ahead of him must have been a bonus. He couldn't have known he was going to come out ahead of him. So Homesick Alien claims the fastest lap. And he's coming close to the end now of the penultimate lap, and then we've got lap 12 to go. Shuren 11.1 seconds behind, 30 seconds behind Skyjacker. With only 1 lap to go, I don't even think they're going to burn it through their tyres. The Baz, he's still got tyres in there, you know. He's still in this race for the podium. Ensign Ewart, he's in the middle of nowhere, 18 seconds adrift of the Baz, 19 seconds ahead of the halves, who's now 27 seconds. Do you know what, Jokers? You may have wanted to... Oh, you're on your fast tyre. Yeah. No, Jokers was in a no-win situation with those medium tyres, wasn't he? So there we go. Homesick Alien starts the final lap, 11.5 seconds ahead of Shuren. And easy loads of rubber left on these two drivers. There's no problems there with tyre wear going to be an issue. As Shuren crosses the line in second, Skyjacker still only 8/10 ahead of the Baz. The Baz fighting hard, but the more he fights, the more he wears his tyres, the more susceptible he is from behind. But he wants that podium. He feels it. He feels it, bruv, he does. He feels it. So Homesick Alien with a great strategy there. Defensive but aggressive. I like it. And that's what happens when you corner a bear. So Skyjacker starting to build the temperature up in his tyres and starting to try and pull away from the Baz. A bit of a tailspin there, but he keeps it together. But Bazza then gets a run on the straight. Bazza's tyres ever decreasing, ever dying away, and Bazza's having a look there. There's nothing doing, and Skyjacker then maintains his line and stays ahead of the Baz Homesick Alien. Tyres are nearly dead, but it's not going to be a problem in this race. He could cruise this one home. He could turn the engines off and glide it home. With Shiren then, his tyres are in a bit of a state as well, but he's still that 33 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. His tyres have just flourished. They've just bloomed. And now he's pulling away from the Baz, whose tyres are pretty tainted by now. Ensign Hewitt then, he's still got a bit of tyre left, but I think a little too late in this race to make an advantage over it. And the halves did close. Did he close that gap in? I can't remember what the gap was between him and Ensign. 3:12 he pulled last time around. Ensign a 3:18. So yeah, he was starting to pull in. Ensign Hewitt was halves, but Homesick Alien has done the impossible, and he has pulled off a blinder. Fastest lap in both races, wins in both races, and pole in qualifying. There isn't anything else more this man could have done in this race. It was near on a perfect round for the Alien as he rounds the final few corners. 13.8 seconds ahead of Shiren. His battery timed to perfection as he comes around the last two corners then to claim ruler of St. Croix. The French have just given him a crown ready for him. They're going to start worshipping him. So Homesick Alien, a great win, a great set of wins, a great round. Fantastic. Shiren then bringing it on home. His tyres pretty gone. Baz is ahead of the Sky. My word, I should have carried on watching these, but you got to watch the guys finish the lines, haven't they? Finish their races. Shiren comes home in second spot. Great drive with the Baz fighting tooth and nail with Skyjacker for that final podium position. Cracking stuff here with the Baz trying to make his Audi as wide as it possibly can, making it near on impossible for Skyjacker to find a way by, but Skyjacker around the outside, but the Baz on the inside, claims the corner, and Skyjacker kicking up some dust. And Bazza then, whereabouts are they? They're just coming around the final corner, and Bazza has, he's off, he's swiggling around, and Bazza, does he get it? Bazza and Skyjacker, no, Skyjacker gets in on the straight for the final podium position. Take a boo, my son. Bazza, you gave it your all, my friend, and I appreciate that and respect it. Ensign Hewitt brings it on home with a bit of damage and only 7 seconds ahead of the halves. But finally, it's the final corner, so Ensign Hewitt can just about make this one on home. But it was a close one for Ensign there. He was nearly done by the Halfmeister, but Ensign comes home in 5th. Harvey comes home in 6th, and his race didn't begin until like lap 10. So he had some good racing with Jokas though. And Jokers, unfortunately, the medium tyres, everyone went against you and left you for dead because those medium tyres just didn't have it against the softs. That's just good timing. My iPad's just died right at the end of the stream. So that's Jokers bringing it home in 7th spot. And we'll see Homesick Alien's bum one at a time. It's always fun. That's not what I want then. Well done, Homesick Alien. Sorry, I'm trying to get YouTube up on my blooming contraption. I never knew I would be this old, or it'd be this difficult when I got this old. So well done to Homesick Alien. he's done the lot, and you can't do much better than what he's done this round. So, godliness, one would say. Let's have a look at those results, with Homesick Alien taking laps. Then, from both races, Shiren, he went for it. He had a blooming good go at it, but in the end, second place was all he could hope for, with Skyjacker getting a great podium there in the end against the Baz. Fantastic racing from Skyjacker and the Baz, keeping it entertaining right up to the flag. Awesome stuff. So Skyjacker then finishing on the podium, with Bazza just missing out there in fourth, Ensign Ewer in fifth, Halves in sixth, and Jocus in seventh. Great racing from everyone out there. Mucho respecto, driving those blooming things, monstrosities. Mama Homesick saying, well done, son, awesome stuff, with a big strong arm. And Mama Homesick also saying, thanks, Thingy, you are welcome. So that was round 5, and it's bubbling down. I'm pretty sure the next round is the final round. Do you think I could tell you where it is? I'm not, because I'm using my phone for YouTube now. And Half saying, thank you, thanks you. Thanks you. That's all right, mate. That's what I'm here for. What is there to say? Excuse me. We're going to be doing some car stars sometime, maybe at the weekend. We'll try and do a build-up of them, because we've ran out of time, and we've got a load of Formula Grand Prix replays to come at you. That's going to come soon enough. That's coming down the pike. What else? Don't forget to join us live Sunday evening. Write it in your calendar, or don't be an old fossil like me and just like and subscribe. And if you press the bell at the end, if you touch my bell end, then you'll be notified when we are on. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Cam Hulto. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. It's always a pleasure to have you guys around. And Harv saying, great commentary. Oh, thank you. And Skyjacker saying, thank you, Mr. Majigs. That's my pleasure, like I've already said. So live Sunday-ness for the Rally X. And maybe over the weekend you might see a Formula Grand Prix. I'm not promising nothing. And you never know. There might be some more car stars coming. We'll see. I think that's everything. Bless you all. Peace and love. Peace and love.